Residential segregation by income has increased during the past 3 decades across the United States and in 27 of the nation's 30th largest major metropolitan areas, according to a new analysis of census tract and household income data by the Pew Research Center. This data was generated by the 2010 census. These increases are related to the long-term rise in income inequality, which has led to a shrinkage in the share of neighborhoods across the United States that are predominantly middle class or mixed income, to 76% in 2010, down from 85% in 1980, and a rise in the shares that are majority lower income, 18% in 2010, up from 12% in 1980, and the majority upper income, 6% in 2010, up from 3% in 1980, according to Pew Research analysis. We will be focusing on the Southwest and specifically the cities we grew up in. The RISI, otherwise known as the Residential Income Segregation Index, is computed by adding the share of low-income residents of that area who live in a majority low-income census tract to the share of upper-income residents in that area who live in a majority upper-income census tract. Looking at the nation's 30th largest metropolitan area, one finds that the metro area in the Southwest have the highest average IRSI score. In 1980, the RISI average was 35. In 2010, the RISI average was 57. I'll be using the Opportunity Atlas to demonstrate the income inequality between neighborhoods. So this first neighborhood is known as Gaillardia, and in Oklahoma City, Gaillardia is one of the richest neighborhoods, and it contains some of the most expensive houses. This gated community has a strict security system and multiple parks. There's also a gated section within the gated community where NBA players and big business owners live. And this next neighborhood is also a very rich neighborhood in Oklahoma City. There are 2 prestigious private schools near this neighborhood. The village is about 6.5 miles away from Gaillardia, and both of these neighborhoods have their own golf and country club. Less than a block from the village, there's a $28,000 difference in predicted income. The median rent for houses in this neighborhood is $848, while the median rent for a house in the village is $882.
In the early 20th century, policies that reinforced racial segregation were in effect, causing a concentration of Hispanic people on one side of the I-35 highway. Unfortunately, the effect of these policies can still be seen in Austin's neighborhoods today. I-35 is quite literally a barrier between people of different races, and because of its history, unequal wealth distribution and incomes as well. The wealth gap between the east and the west sides is evidence of redlining, which the Federal Housing Administration put into effect by refusing to insure mortgages for minorities. Because some of that zoning still exists today, there isn't equality of condition in Austin. The minority populations and the white populations have stayed in the same area in today's Austin as the 1940s Austin. As a result of this, there is both intentional and unintentional discrimination, higher crime rates, and more disadvantaged schools on the eastern side of I-35.